And I have, the first thing I started out with was the three blessing program, and then the monthly enhancement. I went to the Chicago retreat and now this retreat.
And what have you experienced? What's your experience been?
Well, my experience has been my sleep. It had less sleep, more energy, waking up more refreshed. When I used to get less sleep, I kind of woke up fuzzy-headed. I don't have that fuzzy-headed feeling anymore. The other thing is my connection with my spirituality has really, truly been enhanced. I think really for the first time, or not the first time, but I've had a much stronger feeling about that.
Are there any experiences specifically that you can think of to give an example where you were like, oh, wow, that must be the Trivedi effect?
Yeah, well, I just had one this, they're little things, sort of like,
That's, little things.
yeah, it's like, I was supposed to pay, I went over to the other hotel this morning, I mean, I stayed at the other hotel, which Mr. Trivedi generously provided a room for me free, which that was really unbelievable. But I parked over at the parking lot across the street, expecting to pay $12 to get out of there, and there was no attendant, and the gate was closed. I didn't know how I was going to get out of there and get over here, and some voice said, "Do you have a number or something?" And I said, "No, what number?" And the gate went up, and I went out and just went out for free. I mean, it's little things like that that kind of facilitate, my getting here faster, I don't know, and easier, just like that.
What did you talk to Anka about out there on the flip cam?
Pardon me?
What were you talking to Anka about?
About my sleep. Oh, I know what it was. The biggest result I think I've had is my, I'm happier. I laugh more. In fact, I find myself laughing all the time and smiling all the time, which was something, particularly smiling, I didn't do too much of before. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits, and not worrying so much about my future and where money is going to come from for me, in the future. Those are the biggest results for me, I think.
So calmness, no more fear of future.
Right.
And things just seem to be aligning for you.
Yeah, aligning. I'll give another example. With the Chicago retreat, I made up my mind like that I was gonna, I was on one of those webcam, and they started.
Hold on just a minute, I'm gonna have to start over.
Yeah, that was really loud.
Huh?
Obviously, a plane.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first plane I've heard the entire time I've been here. Really? Yeah, that was
Are
amazing.
you joking?
I'll hear him a lot, but that's the loudest one.
I haven't heard one this whole time.
Yeah, you've been in the big one. Okay, so alignment, we were talking about.
The Chicago retreat. I hadn't even planned to go to that, because I didn't know I didn't have the money, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I just made up my mind and went out into the other room and announced to the people that live with me that I was going to Chicago. And they began to support me all of a sudden, but the amazing thing about it was my excitement about going. I haven't experienced that kind of excitement. I don't think I even experienced that much excitement when I was a little kid. You know how you get excited when you're about Christmas and your birthday and all that. And I just was so excited. That excitement and exhilaration, I don't think I've ever experienced in my life, and that was worth the expense and everything else.
It's interesting because of everything you said, when you started talking about that, your eyes changed.
Yeah.
They lit up.
yeah.
so much.
Well, I
I
recaptured,
can feel it.
I recaptured that moment, you know, so
Yeah.
like,
I can totally feel how that
Yeah.
impacted you.
yeah.
Is there anything health related that you would want to share? I'm just trying to think of like extra things, maybe even like a sentence here and there. I don't know.
Well, I'm a pretty healthy person, except I do have high blood pressure, which is controlled. I've been seeing if this is going to help that any without I take medication. I don't like to take any kind of medication. So I don't really know yet, because I am, as I say, I feel good all the time, and I'm never out sick, so I don't know, but maybe my blood pressure without medication, maybe I'll see what happens there. So I have...
What about, okay, so one of the things that you said is that you have some remote, you've gotten remote energy transmissions from
Yeah.
from the monthly enhancement program, right?
Yeah.
And the 3 energy transmissions.
Uh-huh.
And then you've also done in-person ones at
Yes,
the retreat.
yes, I did an in-person one.
So you've done remote and in-person group energy transmission.
Right.
And we know that there's a different level of energy between like the master energy transmissions and the regular energy transmissions. You know, we can tell the difference because we have to like, you know, lay for an extra 20 minutes on some of them, you know.
Yeah.
So if you were to match up, you know, the regular, I guess you say the kind of energy transmissions that you get on the monthly enhancement program, and match it up to the type of energy transmissions, that same like level of energy that you get in the group, in-person group energy transmissions, what's the difference between the two for you? Or is there even a difference between remote and in-person?
Well, I think like the ones that when the remote when like the one this morning, the master, is that a master?
Are you talking about the one that was right before lunch?
No, I'm talking about the one
one.
early when you
Yeah.
wake up in the.
Yeah, that was a master energy transmission.
Right, master energy
That's
transmission.
a remote master energy transmission.
Yeah, yeah. Those for me seem to be the most powerful, I think. And
Is there any difference when you're in person with Mr. Trivedi and like we just got done with this retreat? Here, let me tell you why I'm asking this. Because I'd like to have I have a bunch of other people that I've asked the same question to, because I think it'd be great to put a YouTube video together that has the difference between, like, asking people, is there any difference when you get a remote energy transmission or an in-person, and have different cuts of people commenting on that, because that's a common question that we get in customer service. Like, do the remote ones even work? And so it'd be nice to have like a video we could refer them to on testimonials.
well, the remote ones definitely work, you know.
Do they work more than other ones? Or
No, I don't know. It's hard to really tell a difference whether the remotes do or not. They seem to be a little more powerful to me than otherwise. Yeah. Which I didn't think was how could somebody do something like this remotely with me sitting in front of a computer screen, you know. So that was quite amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.